Hi everyone, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I'm here to solve a Pencilmarks Sudoku created by grkles. This Sudoku is titled Sukaku and it has been taken from the CTC Discord server. I did a collab solve with Bremster on his channel recently and we attempted a Sudoku created by the same author. And unfortunately, we got stuck and had to use uniqueness to complete the Sudoku. So I'm trying this Sudoku knowing fully well that I may or may not be able to complete it. So let's see. The link to solve this is in the description. Please do give it a try and come back and watch the video. Let's go to the Sudoku now. Classic rules apply. Each row, each column, and 3 by 3 box in the grid has digits from 1 to 9 without any repetitions. And then you can see some candidates written inside all the cells. The final digit that gets into the cell will be one of these candidates. So these are the rules. And with that, we'll start the Sudoku. This is a live solve. Let's see how it goes. The only easy thing I notice about the Sudoku is this 1-2 pencil mark. Let us give a closer look. I'm not even sure which box I should be looking at. Is it possible to remove these pencil marks? Oh no, nope. It's not good because the pencil marks disappear from there. So how do I remove the pencil marks from here? Okay, that removes it. That's good. Let's continue. Let's go by boxes and see if we can restrict something here. I wonder what the title means. Sukaku 458. Okay, so a small thing I noticed in this column is I was looking along this column and I suddenly noticed that these three cells don't take a 4. So then I looked at these cells. You can notice that 4 is in here, but these three cells also don't take a 4. So we can be sure that 4 goes in one of these two cells. So which means this cannot be a 4. One has to be very careful here eliminating the pencil marks. A single wrong elimination could break the whole Sudoku. So you can't have 4 here and you can't have 4 here. So 4 is in one of these two cells. So let's look at this column because these three cannot be 4. And this column is not so helpful. I mean this row, sorry, 4 could be here, 4 could be here, 4 could be here. So nothing could be said about the 4 in this column. Let's look at maybe column 1, 4 is here, 4 cannot be here, 4 is here, 4 is here. Okay, nothing there. So we need to look for something else. I almost noticed something here. So I can see that there is no 8 and 9 in these three cells in box 9. There is no 8, 9 here. There is no 8 here, but 8 is here and 9 is here. So nothing yet. But one thing is 8 is in this cell or this cell in this column. So that is something which can help. Oh, this is nice. So in box 9, you can see that none of these cells, 6 cells, can take a 9. So 9 is going in these 3 cells. So which means I can eliminate the 9 here. I can eliminate the 9 here, here, and here. So this is going to be a marathon. I think eliminating digits slowly and steadily. Okay, so now in this box, look carefully. Where does the 9 go? There are only 2 cells. The 9 can go only in this domino. So the 9 goes here. And that eliminates 9 from these 3 cells and these 3 cells. That is excellent. That's because in box 4 now, all these 6 cells can't take a 9. So 9 is either in this cell or this cell, and that removes the 9 from all these cells. Okay, so 9 is removed from every one of these cells. That's good. So what do I see now? Do we continue with the 9s or do we change our focus? So this box is again catching my attention. There are no 2 and 3s in these 3 cells, but 2 and 3s are scattered all over these 6 cells, so nothing meaningful yet. Okay, 6 is not in these 4 cells, but 6 is distributed across all these cells, so nothing yet again. Wow, this is quite a challenge, isn't it? So I'm seeing that in this column, there are only 2 cells for the 2, right? Either this cell, row 4, column 3, row 3, column 4, or row 7, column 4. Only 2 cells that can take a 2. So should I pencil mark that or just try to remember that? So let's try to remember because there are too many candidates already inside. Okay, look at row 7. None of these 3 cells can take a 2 and none of these 3 cells can take a 2. So 2 is in here. And that removes 2 from all these 4 cells. Okay. So does that give me something? I don't think so. So these 3 cells don't take a 2, but 2 is distributed across all of these 5 cells. So nothing. So where do I look now? In this C. So this could easily be intimidating for solvers who are relatively new to solving Sudokus, but don't be intimidated. Just look for pencil marks and see which digit is not present across, let's say, 3 cells or 4 cells. That is how I'm trying to look because there is no standard approach to solving these. So 1 in row 4 I'm seeing can only be in this cell, row 4 column 1 or row 4 column 4. Okay, I thought I had something there, but okay, let me highlight those cells. One is either in this cell or this cell, row 4, and look at row 1. One is either in this cell and this cell. I thought we had an X-wing, but unfortunately one can be here as well. So can we restrict the one to some other rows, in some other rows? Yes, indeed. Beautiful, and that's beautiful. In row 9, if you look, one can only be in these 3 cells. So what you see before you is called as swordfish. And the technique is when you restrict the possibility of a candidate into exactly 3 rows and the same 3 columns, right? So you'll be able to form a 3 by 3 sort of dots, you can say. So for instance, if this one were, let's say, in this column, then you can't say it is the same 3 columns because you will have column 1, column 4, column 7, and because of this one, column 9. So there will be four columns. So in that case, you can't call this a swordfish. So there are same 3 rows and the same 3 columns, right? So when you do that, you can eliminate 1 from all the remaining digits, all the remaining cells in those columns. So this is a classic swordfish and it has been neatly hidden by grkles. So none of these cells will take a 1. That is because in these 3 rows, we have already reached our quota of 1s. And similarly for the columns, we have reached our quota of 1s. There will be 3 1s in 3 rows. And there will be 3 1s in 3 columns. So none of these yellow cells can take a 1. So I'm going to eliminate 1 from those cells. That is a very safe elimination. You can quietly eliminate all those. And that's really nice because all these cells have a 1 in them. Okay, except this one perhaps. This is not a 1. And none of these cells take a 1. Very good. So I'll remove the highlighting from those. Okay. Now let's see. So I think it's time to remove the ones highlighting too. So we have removed the ones from all those columns. So we need not highlight these. Let's remove that. Now let's see. Okay, so let me highlight the 2s now. 2 is in row 1, column 1 or row 1, column 5. Only 2 cells in that column. So I'm looking for the 2s now to see if I find a pattern. Okay, rest of the rows seem to have a lot of 2s except this row. Only 2 cells. Okay, there is no meaningful pattern in the rows. So let's see columns. Okay, 2 is in only one of these 2 cells. That's excellent. I didn't see that earlier. You can see that in this column, none of these cells take a 2. This is not a 2, so 2 is going here. So we can use a corner there, which means these cells, these 4 cells can't take a 2. Let's remove that. Just a second. I'll just undo my step to be sure that these are the only cells which have a 2. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's remove the colors. Let me give a closer look now. Can we do some box eliminations? Remove something. Wow, really credits to the author for creating such a Sudoku. It's really difficult to do such Sudoku having so many pencil marks when you know that always one extra pencil mark can change the solve path. There is no 7 in here. There is no 7 in here. That's cool. So in column 6, none of these cells can take a 7. So which means that 7 is in one of these 2 cells. So none of these 4 cells, actually 5 cells can take a 7. So we'll remove the 7 from here. Oh, this one also has a 7. I could remove from that as well. So, all right. So none of these cells take a 7. None of these 6 cells take a 7. Okay, we almost had something in row 8, but not something. Ah, this is nice. Look at column 9. Awesome. This is really awesome. So none of these 3 cells can take a 7. None of these 3 cells can take a 7. So let me look closely. Yes. So 7 is going in either this cell or this cell in column 9. So which means I can eliminate the 7 from all of these 6 cells. That's a really safe elimination. So 7 is removed from all there. Now if you look at row 8, where does the 7 go? So 7 cannot be in any of these 6 cells in boxes 8 and 9. So which means that 7 has to be in these 3 cells. Which means 7 is eliminated here and 7 is eliminated here. Okay, so we are slowly chipping away at the Sudoku, so to speak. Uh, so at any point, we might be able to see a quadruple maybe suddenly out of nowhere. Okay, I'm seeing that the nines are restricted in row 6. 9 is either in row 6, column 3, or 9 is in row 6, column 6. Only two cells. So why don't we highlight that and maybe explore that further? Let's just highlight those cells. And I'm looking at other columns. 9 is all over the place. Too many 9s. And row 3, wow, there's nothing. 9s are just playing around with us. 9 is okay, that's really nice. Oh, we have already marked a 9 here. Okay. So 9 is either in this cell or this cell. In okay, we can use that. So in row 4, if you look closely, 9 is in row 4, column 3, or row 4, column 6. No other cell can take a 9. So just double checking. Okay, so which means that 9 is in one of these two cells and 9 is in one of these two cells, right? So we can eliminate the rest of the 9s along that column. So this is an X-wing, or in simple words, you can just see where the 9 goes in this box. So 9 goes in one of these two cells, which means I can eliminate the 9 from here and the 9 from here. And similarly, in column 3, okay, I've already made that elimination. So let me remove these colors now. Okay, so what do we look at? I made some eliminations here. We hit upon this deduction earlier, right? One is in one of these two cells and one is in one of these three cells. Okay, I don't think we can use that anymore. One in column 9 goes into these two cells. So can we? Okay, there is nothing there. I was just seeing something. So one thing which is catching the eye is this almost triplet 378. So, but it's way too early. We don't have any other cell which is close to getting these same set of digits. So do we have something with the 4s here? 4 is in this cell in column 1. 4 is in this cell and this cell. 3 cells. I don't think there is something there. Okay, I'll just keep the 4s highlighted because I feel there may be something with the 4s. In row 6, 4 is either in this cell or this cell. And which means I need to look for other rows now. 4 is here, 4 is here, 4 is here. Oops, this is bad. 4 is all over the place. 4 is everywhere, guys. 4 is everywhere. No, I don't think this is going to help me. Okay, 4 in, wow, this is good. So 4 in row 8 cannot be in these three cells, cannot be in any of these three cells. So that means 4 is either in this cell or this cell. And that means I can remove the 4s here and remove the 4s here. That's really good. So can I look along column 5 now? Oh, 4 is in all of these 5 cells, so nothing there. Let me look at row 9. 4 is in these two cells and 4 is in these three cells. So nothing there. Okay. Oh, this is quite a challenge, guys. Quite a challenge. So what are the digits which I haven't uh, looked at yet? Okay. Something I'm seeing in column 4. Okay, 4 is either in this cell or in this cell. These two yellow cells are the only ones which can take a 4 in that column. So is that something which we can use it? No, I don't think so. So, okay, let me remove these colors now because they are kind of distracting me. Um, Look at this box. Look at this U shape of cells. There is no 2 in these 7 cells, right? So, which means 2 is in one of these 2 cells. That is good, right? That's because you can eliminate the 2 from here and eliminate the 2 from all these 2 cells. So that giving me something, hopefully. We already saw that the 2 can only be in these cells, right? It's actually nothing. Okay, we restrict the 2 here. So I'm seeing just the 1 can only be in these 4 cells. That's something which we can look. No, nothing there. Okay, so I'm seeing that none of these cells, all these highlighted 6 cells, can take a 4 or a 9. So which means 4 and 9 must be in these 3 cells. But unfortunately, we cannot eliminate either cell, any of those cells, to see which one takes the 4 or the 9. Okay, let's just move on. I'm running short of ideas now. At some point, one is bound to get stuck because it's a sea of pencil marks. It's really looking difficult. Um, I was hoping the 6 would help us somehow, but I'm not seeing any way by which I can use the 6 in the grid. Okay, so in row 5, um, there are only 2 cells for the 6. Let's just highlight them. Just 2 cells where the 6 can go. Now I'm looking at all the rows now to see if there is something fishy with the 6ers. 6 is everywhere, guys. In every cell, 6 is given. Oh my goodness. I wasn't hoping for this. Looking for something better. That's good. In row 4, this is superb. This is superb. None of these 5 cells can take a 6. So 6 could be here. I'm highlighting that. And none of these 2 cells can take a 6. So 6 could be here. So now we are sure that in row 4, 6 is in one of these 2 cells. And in row 5, 6 is in one of these 2 cells, which means this is a typical X-wing pattern, right? So if you have a 6 here, for the row 5, you need to have the 6 here. And if you have a 6 here in row 4, for the row 5, you need to have a 6 here. So 6 is in one of these 2 cells. So we can use a corner mark there safely. So 6 is in one of these 2 cells. And isn't that pair? This is awesome, guys. First, we'll remove 6s from all these cells, right? So let's take it one by one. So 6 is not here. I'm excited to solve this Sudoku. 6 is not here. 6 is not here. Not here, not here, and not here. And none of these 4 cells can take a 6. And none of these 3 cells can take a 6. That was quite a lot of elimination. And one thing I noticed that 2 can only be in these 2 cells and 6 can also be in only these 2 cells. So it's safe to remove the rest of the candidates from those cells and replace them by 6. But also notice that 9 is in one of these 2 cells as far as this box is concerned. So 9 gets pushed into this cell. Awesome, right? Let's just double check to make sure 2 is in one of these 2 cells and 6 is yes. So I'm going to replace them, remove those and place a 2, 6. Finally, a bit of space. So 9 goes here and I'll remove the colors now. Okay, so that's good. And 9 can be eliminated from all of these cells. Okay, fine. So 6 is in here, which means I can remove the 6 here, remove the 6 here. Very nice. Wow, look at this. 1, 3, 4, 5. Ah, where does the 8 go in column 8? None of these cells can take an 8 except this solo cell. This is superb, guys. So finally we are breaching the Sudoku. So 8 goes here. 8 is removed here, here, and here. Okay, all these cells I've removed from this box. Now let's look at the rows. All these 5 cells have an 8. So I'm removing the 8s from there. Fantastic, guys. Really. This seems quite an achievement to solve. And now you see in column 8, 9 is exactly in these 2 cells. Okay, so looking closely again. 4 can't be here. I thought I saw something, but we eliminated the 8s from here, right? Let's look closely now. The 8s are in these 6 cells and 8s are in these 6 cells. Okay. Is this 2, 6 pair doing something here? Wait. I narrowed down 6 to these cells, right? So I could eliminate 6 from any of these cells. I didn't do that. So let's remove the 6 here. This is not a 6, so which means in row 6, 6 is in these 3 cells. Let's put a corner there, and which means no, nothing there. Okay. So I wish I could remove the 3 from here. If I do that, I'll have a beautiful looking quadruple here. 1, 5, 7, 8. That could give me a lot of progress. So fortunately, it's not to be the case. So I've just had a look at the time. 3, 4, 5, 6. So where do I go now? I'm again short of ideas here. It's kind of when you search so much in a grid, after some point you get short of ideas what to look for, and you get repeatedly the same thing that you saw earlier. So we haven't yet looked at the phi's, if I'm not wrong. So let's see if the phi's give us a clue. 5 in column 8 is in these 4 cells. So this is also looking like something which we could eliminate. If we eliminate it would be great. So continuing on, 5 is in all of these cells. All the 9 cells take a 5. So 5 is like a joker. So it is in every cell. Except perhaps, wow, this is good. Look at this box. None of these cells take a 5. Am I right? Yes, so 5 is in this domino. 5 goes here. And that mercilessly removes the 5 from all these cells. That's good. That's really good for us. 5 is removed from every one of those cells. So let me go above now. 5 is in these 3 cells. 5 can't be here. Okay. So what I'm noticing in row 5 is 5 is either in this cell or this cell. And now I'm going to look for a pattern. 5 is everywhere. 5 is okay. This is good in row 2. So we are potentially looking at another swordfish pattern, but it's too early to say. In row 2, I've highlighted the cells which take a 5. In row 3, 5 is either here, 5 is either here, and 5 is here. Superb. So we have a swordfish now. Again, really nice swordfish. So look at row 2 and row 3 and row 5. 3 rows and column 3 and column 5 and column 7. So these are the only cells which can take a 5 in those rows and columns. So this is again a typical swordfish pattern, right? So we can eliminate all these cells as not being a 5. As we just saw earlier, did for the swordfish the ones, all the pink cells cannot take a 5 because of that swordfish. Because if you do so, then you will have more than 3 5s in those rows or columns. So 3 rows or 3 columns can take only 3 5s exactly. So I'll remove all these 5s. Let's do from here. This is not a 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5. Wow, this is cool. So 5 is not here. 5 5 5. One has to be careful not to introduce an additional 5 in the name of removing a 5. That would be really funny. Okay, so remove the 5. Remove the highlights, I mean. All these are not a 5. Okay, so just taking a quick look to make sure I've removed all the 5s. Yes, so that was a really good find. Is that helping? Not really, because still there are huge number of 5s. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll remove the colors now. So let's remove these. This is quite an adventure, guys. Really, there's nothing short of an adventure. Eliminating this many pencil marks. In row 5. So this we did already, right? 5 was in one of these 2 cells, and that's how we hit upon this spotfish. Hmm. What do I do now? That's the biggest question here. So 9 is in these three cells. That's something which we can use. Not really. Just kills me knowing that we almost have something here, but there's something which needs to be found. This is hard, guys. Really hard. I mean, nowhere one could solve this in a competition. I mean, it should be actually a team round. You can give this grid to a team, ask them to solve in maybe 20 minutes or 25 minutes. That would be an excellent team round, I would say. I'm looking at the same things again and again, and that's concerning me. Let's think here. What do we need to look for here? Okay. So we have looked at the ones, twos, threes. Let's look at the threes. Maybe all these rows have, this row is full of threes, and this is also full of threes. This is full of threes. Oh, threes everywhere, everywhere. Every goddamn cell has a 3. Oh, this box. So 3 can't be in any of these cells except these two. Okay, that is treasure. I was almost on the verge of giving up here. So we got something finally. 3 is eliminated from here. And now I hope against hope. Okay, 3 is in one of these two, these 3 cells actually. Okay, but at least in this row we can look now. Wow, this is a treasure, guys. This is a treasure. Awesome. Because we found the 3 in this domino of 3s. In row 2, there is exactly one cell now for the 3. No other cell can take a 3 in row 2. Look at this row. None of these cells can take a 3. Beautiful. So 3 is in row 2, column 5. Superb. And the irony is that this cell has all the pencil marks even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I think that should be the world's biggest irony. So this becomes a 3. So that was a clever step from the author there. 3 is not here, 3 is not here, and 3 is not here. So we just assassinated the 3s everywhere. 3 is not here in this box, not here, not here, not here. Okay, so all this area has been cleansed of 3s. Come on, I'm waiting for the point at which this Sudoku begins to yield, you can say. Removing layer of Sudoku. Wow, this is gorgeous, guys. In this column, look, I was feeling there was something weird or off here. And the reason why is there is exactly one cell left for the 5 in this column. So 5 goes here. This is beautiful. That's really nice. This is the only cell which can take a 5, which means this would be a 4. So 4 can be eliminated here. And now it's quite a challenge to remove 4 and 5s from all the, why am I saying it fries? 4 and 5 from all the surrounding cells. So there are so many eliminations that we need to make. 4 is not here, 4 is not here, 4 is not here, 4 is not here, and 4 is not in these 3 cells. 4 is not here. I hope really I don't introduce an additional digit. 4 is not here, 4 is not here. Very well. So okay, I've removed the 4s from the row and 4s from the column, 4s from the box. Okay, now time for the 5s. So 5 is not here. and 5 is not here. Okay, 5 is not here. I'm looking at the boxes now, and let's look here. Okay, done. So do we get some pattern here? So we have a 6-7 here, a 3-6 here, a 1-7 here. I thought we had something there. So we have breached the Sudoku at last, but we got some quite a few digits, but it doesn't seem to have become that easier. Okay, I'm seeing that the 5 in this box can only be in these two cells, and that's not really useful. Oh, come on, not at this point, don't get stuck. Huh. So let me just quickly take. Okay, so the solvers are still with me. I really appreciate you. This is quite a journey, isn't it? Ah, not seeing anything here, guys. Not sure what to do now. How does the author create these kind of Sudokus, really? Uh, I'll remember to try grkles Sudoku the next time when I have a lot of time. Uh, okay, so in this box, so let's just highlight the 5s maybe. 5 is either here or here, just the two cells. Cannot be any of these cells, right? So, and similarly in this box, 5 is either here, it cannot be in any of these cells, or here. Okay, that's something which is good for us. So 5 in column 3, I'm seeing that can only go here. Okay, so seeing something here, not sure if that will help us, but we'll just look at it anyway. Okay, it's not helping. So there is an X-wing of 5s here, right? That's probably because we deduced a swordfish at the start and we got one of the 5s that is giving one more 5. Okay, so this is not going to be useful. That is really not going to be useful. Looking for something there, guys. Uh, Feeling like an inflated balloon now because finding so many hard steps is never going to be easy. At some point, the brain feels like it wants to give up. Okay, none of these 6 cells are taking a 4. Oh, this is good. Finally, something. So in row 6, look where the 4 goes. There is only one cell for the 4. This cell. So this will be a 4. And now I can remove the 4 from here. Just okay. Now what do I do? 6 is going in one of these two cells. Okay. Not giving me anything, is it? So buy values are really good here. 3, 6, 6, 7, 1, 7. Uh, ah, that's nice. Look at this column. So we are finding a lot of naked singles. Oh, this grid is full of naked singles. They are roaming around the place. So you can see that 8 has only one cell left in column. 7. Look at these cells closely. 8 doesn't go anywhere except this cell, and that pushes the 3 here. Remember, we had made a pencil mark here, so that will be 8 and that will be 3. So this is not 3. That's not 3. That's not 3. 3. 3. 3 is removed everywhere. And let me remove the 8s too. Okay. 8 gives me a 5 here. That's cool. And oops. That's actually a 5. That gives a 4 here. That gives a 1-7 pair here. Superb. And now look where the 4 goes in row 5. 4 has to be here. Only one cell. So that gives 4 in this column. Okay, 4 has to be in this cell only. So that's a 4. This is not a 4 now. Okay, so we got a 157 here. So we could remove generous digits. So 1 and 7 not here. 1 is not here. 7 is not here. 1 and 7 not here. 5 and 7 not here. Okay. Oh, this is also not a 5. This is not a 5. Very well. That's good. So I'm seeing that there is a 7-8 pair in this row. Somehow it has set in place. So this is not a 7-8. This is not 8. So if you look at row 5 now, there is only one cell left for the 5. That's really nice. So that gives a 5 here. And which means in row 2 now, after eliminating 5 from here, the only cell left for the 5 in this row is here. That has to be here. That is really nice. That gives my 5 in row 1. 5 has to go here and 5s are falling in place now. 5 in box 7 goes here. No other cell can take the 5. Let's remove the 5s from there. Okay, so now we are confident. Or I don't want to jinx myself. Don't want to get stuck again. 5 goes here. 5 is removed from here. Rather, 5 is removed from all these cells. So in this column, 5 has exactly 2 cells left. These 2 cells. I can remove the 4 and the 8s. I haven't done much with that. 8 is removed here. 4 and 8 are removed here. 4 and 8. 8, 8, 8. And the reason I'm doing this Sudoku a little slowly than my normal speed is don't want to make a mistake. If you do so, you can forget about completing the Sudoku. There are so many pencil marks, so it could easily break the Sudoku. Okay, I have a 5 here, so these cells can't take a 5. That is a comfortable elimination. Okay, the 3 in row 1 goes in these cells. Okay, the 1 in column 5 goes into these 2 cells. So that eliminates 1 from here. 1 is not here and 1 is not here. Okay, okay. Looking for something more, guys. Still, it is not yet giving up. I would have hoped that the Sudoku has become easier by now. Or I'm solving like a douchebag. Really clueless here. Okay, 4 and 5. So 4 is eliminated here. 4 is eliminated here, 4 is eliminated here and here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5 and 9. So which means that, so 7 and 8 must be in these 3 cells, but it's not much. Ah. Ooh, what a journey, really. I mean, let me just take a quick look. The time. Okay, it's 50-minute video, guys. Wow. It's quite a journey. Maybe I should have streamed it, but lots of problems in streaming. Ah, there is a 278 triplet in box 5, guys. I didn't see this. And that means this cannot be an 8. So that is a 3. So 2 goes in one of these 2 cells. That's not a 2. That's not a 2. And that means I can place the 2 in this domino. So 2 goes here. That's good. Okay, finally something. So this is not 2. Okay, this is not 3 because 3 is already in the column. This is not a 3. Okay. So I have placed a 2 here. So can I eliminate 2s anywhere? Okay, 2, 7, 8 triplet. So which means this is not a 7. This is not a 2, not a 3, not a 2, not a 2, not a 3. Okay. Oh, this is not an 8 as well. 2, 7, 8. So this is a 9. And which means this is not a 9. Okay. 3 is here. So 3 is removed from these cells. Okay. So 3 is going in these 3 cells. Okay. That doesn't need to be marked. 2, 7, 8, 3, 4, 9, 1, 5, and 6. So this is not a 9. Okay. Uh, so where does the 9 go in this row? 9 has only one cell left. So 9 goes here. Okay, now the 3 is restricted into this domino. Still. Or I'm missing something probably here. So look at this column. Where does the 7 go? So lots of naked singles. So 7 goes here. 7 is removed from these cells. So okay. I'm not good at finding these hidden singles. Okay, the 7 in column box 1 is in this domino, which means 7 goes here. That's really good. 7 in box 4 now has only one cell left. 7 goes here. So that is 8, which means this is 6. This is 2. That's 1. That's 3. This box is completed. Let me just quickly show you again. 7 gives an 8 here, a 6 here, a 2 here, 1 here, and 3 here. Now you punctured this Sudoku, I feel. So 8 gives us 7 here, a 2 here, an 8 here. So this 1 gives me a 6 in here, a 2 in here, a 6 in here, 5 in here, 1 in here. Very nice. So that 5 gives me 8. So this is not 8. It's not a 5. So 3 7 pair, so which means this becomes 1 2. There is no 1 here. 6 7 9, so 8 goes here. That's not 8. Okay, so let's see now. So 8 is removed from these 3 cells. 1 6 9 triplet, so this is a 5, and that becomes a 6 8 9, which means this will be a 7 for me. That becomes 6, that becomes 9, that becomes 6 and 8. So 6 gives me a 3 here, which gives me 3 and 6 gives me a 1 here. That gives me a 2 here. Okay, 6 gives me a 2, a 3, and 1 2 3 4 5 9. So I need 6 7 8, 6 7 8, 6 and 8, 6 7 8. Okay, these cells 2 3 5 1 6 8 4 7 and 9. So this will be 4 or 7. I can remove the 1 2 and 6. 4 or 7, 4 7 9, 4 7 9. Okay, very well. So 3 is not here in this column, 3 is not here, 3 is not here, 2 is not here. 3 6 and 8 are eliminated, so that's a 9. These two cells cannot be 9. Oops. God, thanks to God, there is an undo button here. Okay, there is no 9 here. 1 4 7, this must be. It cannot be 3 6 8, right? So let's remove the 3 6 8. 2 3 6 8 5 9. So this is 1 4 on 7. So 2 3 6 and 8 can be eliminated. Okay, we have a hidden single there. That's a 7. And that one in the column goes here. 4 goes here. This is a 7 or a 9. Okay, 7 is here. Means this is a 4. That's a 7. That's a 9. Okay, so 7 gives a 7 here, a 1 here, and removes the 1 from these cells. That becomes 3 4 5, 3 4 5 6 7 8. So this will be 1 2 and 9. No 6, no 6, no 4, no 6, no 4, 1 2 and 9. Okay, I can remove the 9s from all of these cells. 1 is removed from these cells. 1 goes in here in column 3. Oops. What I actually meant to do was put a 1 there and remove the 1s here. Okay, 2. So which means this is 2, this is 1. That gives a 1 here. That's not a 1. 4 6 8. This is not 3 or 9. 6 8 6 8. This is not this actually has to be a 9 now in box 1. 9 has only 1 cell left, so that's a 9. That's not a 4. Nine is in here, so that's not 9. That's not 9. Okay, 8 is in here, so that is a 6. Which means this is a 1, this is a 2, and that gives a 3 here, a 5 here, this is a 3 or 4. So 2 gives a 9, that gives a 1, and that's not 1, that's 6 and 9. This is no, 3 gives an 8 here. Okay, that gives us 6, 8, 6, 8. So column 2 can be completed. This is 2. This becomes a 4 6 pair. Or 9 here gives us 6, a 9, 4, a 6, and that 4 gives me a 3, 3, 7. 1 2 5 6 3 9. So we need 4 7 8 here. So 4 goes here. This will be 8 and this will be 7. Yes, that really deserved that kind of celebration. What a journey, what a Sudoku. This is one of the longest videos that we have taken on the channel yet. It was simply an incredible Sudoku. I persisted despite me having to rush to office in about 40 minutes from now. So I'm glad that I could complete the Sudoku. I'm really thankful to viewers who stayed until this point. If you're still here, I'm really thankful to you. Please do subscribe to the channel, and an excellent Sudoku. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.